I'm thankful for today. I rise and shine. With gratitude, this life is mine.
I was talking to my sister the other day. This is funny and serious at the same time. And while I was talking to her, she was talking about how normal it is, or how we are normalizing being broke. And are we normalizing being broke, or are we broke, or are we really just satisfied now? Let me move this mirror so I can see what I'm doing. Or are we really just satisfied now? And the economy is changing, things are changing, things are expensive everywhere. It's not just a particular region or country or city. Things are expensive. You could stretch $1 back in the day and it will go far, but it's not the same anymore. And there's just one solution to that, I think, because if I don't have enough money for this, or I don't have enough money for that because things are expensive, maybe two solutions. One, I have to make more money, or cut down on my expense. I mean, that's all we are doing right now. It's easier to say I want to make more money than to cut down on our expense. But I just feel like I am in the category of people who would rather cut down than make more money. Yes, we want to make more money. Yes, I know we talk about money a lot. We are not just so money driven, but cutting down on expense also means living a lifestyle that maybe you're not used to. I mean, there's some people who know how to manage, but normalizing a budget. If you don't have a budget, this is the time to normalize that budget. Living expense, our lifestyle. If you have an expensive lifestyle, you are not gonna cope. And the more and more I see the cost of things, the more inclined I am towards, okay, I have to use less today so I can have more tomorrow. And, we can't always, the Bible told us not to worry, not to be afraid. When you're focused on God, you have assured me that you will take care of my tomorrow, so I shouldn't worry about tomorrow. I shouldn't take care of it tomorrow. It's with that mentality that you leave it in His hands, and the rest are sure that He will take care of it, right? Yes, that's what we do. That's what I do. And then again, we tell ourselves, what can we do? What can we do to do better? Because I'm in a season. Where if I don't save, I may not have. I'm in a season where I've been in this season for years. I mean, I've been in this season for years, and my legs itching me. And I realized if I don't, I will not have. I was financially irresponsible. I'm sure I've told you guys that before. In my 20s, I was not in my 20s, in my teens, 16, 17, 18. My first job was when I was 16. I had a full-time job at 16. I've held down a full-time job since I was 16. So making money has always been something I love to do, and I like to make money, but I like to save it as much as I like to make it. And I just, talking to my sister, we just started saying things that normally we wouldn't, because it looks like that is where we are going now. I know I'm just going around a circle, but I promise I'm going to land. And a few things that makes it difficult for that to happen, I have noticed, is because three kids, and next year I'm going to have a child in college. That is the amount of college, the amount of school, the cost of school right now compared to when I was in school, it's more than triple, you know. So that even is scary on its own. Then to think at some point you're gonna have two kids in college at the same time, you're just like, you know, what's going on? What things are expensive, you know? And you just want to work and make money. You just want to work and make money. And then when I was talking to her, I said, wait a minute, we need to talk about this because things that are not conventional or normal, I mean, it is very normal in some countries, in some places, maybe around me, even close to home, but not just aware of it. Lifestyle will start changing soon. Believe me or not, lifestyle will start changing soon. What does that even mean? What is lifestyle? Lifestyle has been so watered down that lifestyle is just seen on social media as what we spend, you know, clothes, shoes, all of that stuff. You know, lifestyle is everything, you know. The way we live our life, period. That's what lifestyle is. Lifestyle is the way we live our lives. And normalizing having roommates instead of venturing on your own, that can save you money. You know, community living, this is something that we don't do anymore, but it seems like more and more kids are staying at home instead of venturing into their own, getting apartments of their own or buying houses. I mean, the housing market is expensive now. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. You know, and it just makes you think like, what next? What next? Is it gonna get better or is it gonna get worse? Is it gonna get better or is it gonna get worse? And I just keep saying, if we don't change our lifestyle, it's gonna stay the same, you know. And I have now learned, you know, to over the years to cut back, you know, to cut back. And this is where I was going with all of this stuff. Instant gratification is a reason why that is difficult. We want things and we want things now, and if we don't get it now, we feel like, you know, maybe we're missing out on something. And I don't think that's the case, because the fact that you're not getting it right now does not mean, okay, you're not going to get it at some point. You're just learning to do it out at the moment and be content. Social media is, it's not real life, you know. I'm on social media, I'm on YouTube. I like YouTube. I love filming myself. I love documenting my life. I love I love making an impact, filming. I love taking pictures. These are things that I enjoy. It's a hobby. I love it, you know. And in the process of doing this, I find myself I'm discovering so many other wonderful things about this platform and whatnot. And that's why I wanted to I really talk about that lifestyle and how we shouldn't feel pressured based on what we see on social media. If I can't afford it, I can't afford it. And how everything we see on social media doesn't necessarily mean it's true. You know, there are people on social media who may be saying 100% or very transparent with 100% of the things going on in their life. Meanwhile, some people are not transparent about what's going on in their life. You know, people come on YouTube and say, "Oh, I make $10 every month on YouTube," and somebody else can come on YouTube and say, "I make thousands of dollars on YouTube." It varies for everyone, but generally, you're really not going to know how much they're making. you really, really have no idea how much they're making. You may guess that they're making a certain amount, but you have no idea how much they're making. So why would you pressure yourself and think, oh, this person on I saw online is doing this and doing this, I should be doing that. This person is traveling the world, this person is doing this, I should be doing that. No, no, because those things can now affect you. You are not thinking, no, I should be doing this. And no, you shouldn't be doing this, you shouldn't be doing that. Don't be pressured by what is going on in the world. You know? Some days I wake up and I wish, oh, I miss my sister. When my sister was here with her husband and her family, it was, it felt, it felt really, really nice. It felt really, really good. And it makes you wonder, my other sister that has a son, what if she was living here as well? What if she was living, the amount of money we would have been saving? The thousands of dollars you'll be saving on rent, on utilities, on bills and things like that. We just it's normal, or it looks normal, or it seems normal. We should independently be in our own homes, right? But I'm not so sure if community living is a bad thing after all. I don't know if it's a bad thing. I don't think it's a bad thing. The more I think about it, the more I think, it is not it I don't think it's bad. I really, really do not think it's bad, because you are saving, you're splitting the cost of pretty much everything, and then the family is together. So beside the benefit of splitting the cost of the bills, the rents, the utility bills, that's awesome. That's great. That's wonderful, right? You guys are hanging out every day and seeing each other on a regular basis. When I go on YouTube, I see people living in their cars, living in their vans, and it just breaks your heart to see this happening. But at the same time, they look so happy, they look fulfilled, they're traveling from state to state and seeing new things and finding out, new things. And it's like, oh, how nice would this be? How nice, and looks like they're normalizing living in a car. I'm not saying living in a car is a great thing, and I'm thankful for shelter, but there are some things that people are doing, and when you hear this story, you understand why they're doing it. I was watching this lady, and she was talking about the amount of bills, debt that she was in, and that was the only way she was going to get out of it, because when you leave school and you have bills and you have student loan and you now have a whole bunch of stuff to pay for, it's hard to do it when you have bills. When you have bills, it's really, really, really hard to do that. But then again, if you're living with someone, or in this case, living in your car, I am not saying it's okay to live in your car, live in your van, but you know, alternative living is an option. The alternative living is not living in your car. Alternative living is not living in your van. Alternative living is an alternative way of living. That's all it simply means. So normalizing other ways to live that can make you save money. Do you understand? Okay. So that's the reason why I brought that up, because every time I hear my sister talk about making money, I'm thinking at this point, while I'm trying to make money and save money, rest is important. The Bible told us to rest. We can't work 24/7 because we're on this race, and we don't want to just do what we shouldn't be doing. Health is wealth. We want to make sure that we prioritize our health. But when the conversation looks like or sounds like it's more money, let's go out there, let's make more money. How can we make more money? It's we want to make more money. We want that, but let's think of other ways that we can cut down. That way, we are not on a path that we shouldn't be on because we're not pressured into this. I mean, nothing, I'm not, no one pressures me. I do what I can do. Anything that I can do or I can't afford to do or my power, I don't do it. If I cannot afford it, it's not going to happen. If I'm invited to an event and the ashrabi is cost an arm and a leg and I can't afford it, I can afford it. I don't do more than I can do. I don't go beyond what I can, afford, That's what I mean to say. Whatever I can't afford, I do not come out of the place of I'm going to be the only one left out. Everyone is doing it. I have to do it. No, I don't, because I've never been pressured to do anything I don't want to do. So lifestyle is changing. We don't need anything new. We don't need anything different. We don't need anything new. All we want is just good health. Every day is a gift. Yeah, I wake up, I'm like, thank you, Lord, for a new day. Thank you for good health. And that's it. Business, yes, it's good too, but health is good. So if there are ways that you can cut back, cut back. Instant gratification it's not it. It's okay to deprive yourself of some things now for the sake of later. There are a lot of things I may want now, I want to get today, I want to get now. I can't go out and buy it. I can't go out and get it because it's not a priority. One. Two, I can learn to do without. As long as it's not food. Food is the only thing that's a priority. I mean, like, you gotta eat, right? You have to eat. So we have to prioritize food. But anything else, it's not. Don't buy into everything that's on social media. Just live your life, be happy and be healthy. That's what this video is all about. I just be happy and be healthy. Nothing else is important. I promise you. I promise you, nothing else is more important. Do you know I've been talking without a mic this whole time? Let's hope that this video is Amy. The purpose of this video is just to remind you to live a healthy and happy life. Everything will fall in place. Don't worry about anything. Okay? Do not be anxious about anything. Everything will fall in place. Everything will fall in place. Just learn to deprive of yourself of some things just for the future. You guys remember this, my wig? It's poofy at the back. It's so pretty, but I wish it was. Why does this thing feel small? I was just trying to make it look simple since I'm just, I don't want it in my face or moving around and stuff. The purpose of this video is to remind you to be healthy and happy. If that's the only thing you take away from this video, my mission accomplished. Mission accomplished. Don't do more than you can do. Okay? If you cannot afford it, you leave it alone. If you're thinking of something to do to make money, think of something. I always used to say, people are different and there is always something we can do to make money. Whether we're trying to sell a product or sell a service, there's always something we can do to make money. And people are doing it every day online. They may not honestly come tell you how they're making the money, but they are making money. They are making money, but you have no idea how. You have no idea how. I've told you guys, I venture into anything pretty much. You know, I sell, I will sell anything that I am getting rid of. I told you guys I've sold a few stuff on that, what's the name of the app again? On Poshmark. I have sold some stuff there, and it's really helpful. Assuming you have some stuff that you want to sell, and maybe you guys have been following and you guys are checking out some of the services I'm featuring here. I posted one about catering. That's what we're doing. The first one was about catering, and we're going to venture into something else. What was supposed to be our next one? Let's see. I think catering and what were we supposed to do next? What was the next one? Housekeeping. Housekeeping. How to start that catering business. Then we're going to do housekeeping. I think we started catering, but we did not finish. We did not go into... What's the point of this scarf right now? I don't want this wig to fall. The wig cap is... You know what? I'll just do without it. We talked about the catering and stuff that you can do. Businesses you can do, so you don't have to sit at home and do nothing and say, I'm looking for money. You're sitting at home, no job, no business, pressing your phone, and you say you're looking for money. Like, how? Like, why? You know, I was talking to my son the other day. He made a comment. He's not 15 yet. Oh, let's see. Maybe by the time this video go up, he's probably will be 15. And we're having a conversation, and he said something. He said, if I was stranded, you know what I would do? I'm like, what do you mean stranded? And he was just talking about, like, walking around and trying to figure out what he would do. And I said, okay, what does that mean? What are you going to do? He's like, I'll just walk into any business and tell them I'm looking for a job. And I said, how so? And I said, yes, because I'm just going to be thinking, okay, I need to take care of myself. I need to eat. So all I can do is just start walking into any businesses and just say, I'm looking for a job. I'm looking for a job. And I said, okay. I'm glad you came up with that to do something for yourself. So it just made me think, oh, okay, all right. As long as you know to take care of yourself and not just sit there and stare at the wall and just think food is just gonna fall down from heaven. So I thought that was interesting. Now, where did that even come? Kids, the things kids say, like, where did that come from? But I thought that was interesting because they say the weirdest things. And I just thought, yeah, we should be able to do something. Like, business is not for everybody. I say that all the time. It's not for everybody because, sometimes you think you're going to do business because it's less work, or I'm going to make more money, or you're going to be rich. No, there are other things. Just walk into a business. Walk into any establishment and find out if they're hiring or not, and do it every day. Do it every day and see what happens. And checking online and things like that. I know that things are, things are not the way it used to be, and I just pray that God will. I just pray that God will help us all and see us through this new phase, this new phase, because things obviously are different. Just remember to do things within your means. Okay, maybe I should just shoot that housekeeping video right now because I'm already here and I'm in front of the camera. I as well. I told you guys, YouTube is it's a fun hobby for me. So any opportunity to sit here and film when I don't have to be at work, I'm happy to, because I love it here and I like it here, and I love to see you guys. Let's work together. Let's work with each other and find ways to help and support each other one way or the other. If I know of a business that's hiring, or then that would be something wonderful to bring to this channel. You know, if there is a business that has a position open, that would be something wonderful to bring on this channel. That's something. I think that's a good idea. That would be something nice to bring on the channel. Something beneficial to everyone here. So I would look into that and see if there's anything here. Let me shoot that housekeeping video. We did talk about the catering, but I think we're missing one part. Let me finish the catering one, then we'll do the housekeeping. Anyway, guys, remember, be happy and be healthy. Do not worry about tomorrow. Let tomorrow worry about itself. Okay? Have a good day.